အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါပြန်လည်ပြီးတော့ကြိုဆိုလိုက်ပါတယ်ပြန်လည်ပြီးတော့ကြိုဆိုလိုက်ပါတယ်အဲ့ရမကောင်းဒီကနေဒီလိုလုပ်တင်တာဟိုကနေဟိုလိုလုပ်တင်တာမသိတော့ okay hello အတန်ကြားရလားတစ်ချက်ပြောပြပါဦးတစ်ချက်နိုင်ရင်ချက်ချင်းချင်းမတီးဆိုဒီဖွယ်တဲ့မောင်ချင်းနဲ့ညတွမ်းမှာရင်ခုန်စရာလောင်လုံးနေတဲ့ဟန်ရင်တဖို့ပိုရှက်စိဖို့ရင်တဖို့ပိုရှက်စိဖို့နာနာမောင်ချင်းနဲ့ညတွမ်းမှာရင်ခုန်စရာလောင်လုံးနေတဲ့ဟန်နာယီတန်ချလာရဲ့မောင်ရဲ့တကယ်ညူစီမလားတန်ဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းဒွန်းโอเคအတန်ကြားပြီထင်တစ်ချက်ကြည့်လိုက်နော်အတန်ကြားပြီလားကဲတို့ဟာကိုလည်း play ထားလိုက်မယ်နော်တို့ဟာကိုလည်း play ထားလိုက်ပါမယ် okay where is that where's my channel my channel ထဲကိုသွားမယ်ပြီးတော့ဆိုလိုက်ပါတယ်အဲ့ရမကောင်းhello ကျိုးဆိုလို့ဒီတော့ဒီမှာတစ်ချက်ဖြောလိုက်မယ်အတန်ကမျိုးဖြစ်အတန်ကဟိုလောအားဒီလိုဘလောအားဒီမှာအတန်တစ်ခုဖြစ်နေဒီခုပြလိုက်မယ်လို့ပြောတယ်ခဲလို့လိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်ဖြင့်နော်ရပါတယ် okay
makes smarter decisions for your small business instantly wherever you are. Thanks to the QuickBooks for Business app, keeping you in sync. Stay connected to AI-powered insights that help you grow your business with confidence. Install now.
South Korea wants PayPal. France sent arms on French. I'm drowning in words here.
I just
South Korea pays PayPal. France sent.
အဲ့လောက်ကြီးကြပြန်ဆောင်ကောင်းတော့အဲ့နဲ့ထက်နေတဲ့အတိုင်းနဲ့ထက်လို့ခဏတခုပြီးထားရမယ်တခုပြီးထားမယ်ဒီကိုပြီးထားလိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်ဖြင့်ဘယ်လိုလုပ်လဲတော့နော်โอเคဆိုရင်ဒီတခုပြလိုက်မယ်အဲ့လိုဆိုရင်ရမလားမသိဘူးနော်အဲ့လိုဆိုရင်ရမလားမသိဘူးရမလားမသိဘူးအဲ့လိုဆိုရင်ရမလားမသိဘူးနော်ရပါမယ်တင်နော်
$48 भनेको बबाल हो त्यत्रो लिड कभर गर्न त मैले देख्दिनँ गरियो भने होला मिरेकल अरूले गर्न सक्छ अरू कुनै टिम यस्तो खेल्न सक्छ भने हामी पनि ग्रुप अफ डेथमा पर्दाखेरि 48 पोइन्ट भनेको बबाल हो त्यत्रो लिड कभर गर्न त मैले देख्दिनँ गरियो भने म्याचेस गर्न सक्छ अरू कुनै टिम यस्तो खेल्न सक्छ भने हामी पनि ग्रुप अफ डेथमा पर्दाखेरि
इन्डिया लोग बातें नहीं है
of course इजा जुन तरिकाले भाइटालिटीले खेल्यो ग्रुप बी लाई त हेरेको
Actually, page का मारा वाला बदी हो ना नेपाल वाला बदी NP
Anyway, 13 टिम्स अझै पनि बाँकी सर्भाइभल निकाल्नका लागि गाह्रै छ जोनले साथ त दिन्छ नै होला बट उनी कतिको सेफ स्पटमा छन् भन्ने कुरा हो बट आउँछन् फेरि कोही न कोही
Actually, page का मारा नहीं रहते ने मारा नहीं रहते ने मारा नहीं रहते ने मारा नहीं रहते ने कना शॉला
You look nervous. You look short.
Everything's good? Fight.
बड़ा अच्छा हो गया मुझे
यही पटाडो हिलबाट माथि माथि गएको देख्दैछु मैले मोन्स्टर ट्रक हो भने त खेदाउन पनि सक्छन् क्या त्यो समस्या जिगलले त गाडी रोकेछन्
Actually, page का मारा
जिगलले गाडी रोकेको छ
page का मारा नहीं रहा
प्रपर सबैसँग त छैन बट धेरै जना छन्
Ian gonna see him.
Yeah, 4 games going on today. We do have Call of Duty Black Ops 7. We've got Honor of Kings. We've got Tekken. We have, of course, PUBG Mobile World Cup. And all of these scores that we have so far up on the board. But listen, we do have to talk a little bit about Call of Duty because that's being played right now. So what have we seen so far?
Joseph, Nee and Atif have both been eliminated from the competition. Honestly, unbelievable.
Day 4 one. Can I match it as a? YG okay
In that fifth
YG
It's going to be really tight. Really, I mean, if you
That's
get
it.
E-Arena
Couldn't be
as
Maba.
Rondo, right, you're going to be able to jump up so many extra ranks. We're actually talking about the point gap between those teams here, 7, in the middle of the leaderboard. Between E-Arena in 4th position and 5th position of Godlike, that's a 21-point difference, meaning if those teams in the top 4 Nitro today get a decent day, we're talking like 30 points, something like that. There aren't going to be many spots remaining for the grand final. So right now, Godlike, you got to be careful. You got a massive target on your back. They did fix the hot drops, which is good, and we'll talk about that later on. But Godlike, everyone is going to be chasing you down today.
Oh, they absolutely are, and that is why we need to have top-tier gameplay from them. We've seen that they can do it. They can be super aggro. We saw them take out Hora. They took out a 7, like all in one map, right? E-Arena as well. So they are able to fend against the top players here, but we just need to see that on a
okay kanali baအားလုံးပဲ sorry ပါ sorry ပါ
level here, 7. I'm not sure about these other ones. I mean, Wolves had an okay day. Alpha 7, we saw some glimmers of hope from them, but coming on through. Who? A7? Alpha.
Oh, you said Alpha 7, the reigning champions of PMGC that I'm expecting a lot of, that they're currently just playing so disappointing. I'm expecting that team to actually bounce back. I got a chance to talk to Carrillo. They were saying they were making a lot of mistakes. If you guys want to check that out, make sure you check it out at the 7WG. What's your Instagram, Natura?
Natura Cass.
Max?
Max Mancast,
A
check
lot
it
of
out.
awesome content for PUBG Mobile Esports. Make sure you check that out. But yeah,
It seems like Vitality still can win.
Max, and if we break it down a little bit more, it was the way that Vitality was just playing yesterday. A completely different playing style than everybody currently in this Group B lobby. The way that they were doing their splits, the way that they were just taking control of an area was so impressive.
I think mainly they learned from PMGO Season 1 and PMI earlier this year. They're like, we were just too passive, not being involved in any of these fights in the discussion in some of these games. But man, they switched it up to 11-12 almost going into this one. And it's good to see not just Razak and Federales doing good, which we would really expect on the global stage, those guys to put up massive numbers. Axel came out swinging. They're chickened in on the wrangle up against Tora. Oh my goodness, Axel, the IGL, was looking like a fragger. He was a frag GL in that game. So I'm just super stoked about this team. And I just want to see this continue throughout the entirety of the event.
okay Kuro mani bi ba Kuro mani even
Because compared to 4 Thrives, they can actually get wins. So if they do get in the smash zone, hey, who knows, Vitality might take home that trophy.
But with that kind of lead, we usually end up seeing teams do something a little bit different. I got a chance to talk to Federales yesterday. I also got a chance to talk to Axel, and they were saying that they might end up putting one of the substitute players just to get some experience in case you never know what's going to happen in finals. And I'm completely fine with that because it's going to allow the sponge point to not be so heavy towards the top.
That's true, and you know, there's no better time to do it than now, right? Because NSR and Nongshim Renforce are in 2nd place with 60 points. There's a 48 gap lead there, and so you're looking at, yeah, this is probably the best case scenario to put a sub in. Even if it doesn't go all that well, it gives them practice without the pressure coming on through as well. So really happy to see maybe a substitute coming on in there. But for me, I'm thinking that honestly, Vitality, they are going to just want to chill out and let maybe some of the other teams like Nongshim Renforce step up a little bit.
But I love saying
Vitality ကအကောင်းဆုံးပဲ
Say it again.
မနေ့ကပို့ပြော
I have to scream that word every time I say it. But no, the entirety of Nongshim Red Force were looking so good, and in particular, we know their drop location is farm. They go for these quick rotates on the island finishes, and they get back-to-back wins on the military island finish. If it goes down south, every time it's just win for the South Korean team. So loving it, and in particular, it's not just also Hyunbin doing well. You saw so many great plays from So Easy in particular in Nitro. We were talking about So Easy really having some massive step-up plays, so they're just looking like the whole package right now. It's just hard to stand out when Vitality had such a good opening day, but Nongshim Red Force had their minds on day 1.
YG ကိုတွေ့ရတာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ် YG ကိုတွေ့ရတာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်
I was disappointed in the first 2 games. We saw 0 or 2 points come out of them in 2
It's hard to
games.
stand on the first game on Rondo.
10 နဲ့ TP နဲ့ပွဲကြည့်
16th place in
Yeah,
those first two.
exactly. However, I
Yeah,
did
ထွက်လာကြပြီ player တွေလည်းထွက်လာကြပြီ
They got a 2nd place to finish off the day. They're doing just enough to get to those finals to make sure that they qualify.
Hole and what you thought about it?
ကြော်လိုက်စမ်း live ကျွန်တော် live မကြည့်ချင်တာကလေကြည့်
all have in our mind that we are best and we will perform
live မှာဒါကျွန်တော်ကြည့်လိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်
for sure.
ကြော်လို့မရအောင်
Thank you very much, Amina, for joining.
ကြော်လို့မရတာတော်တော်ဆိုးတယ်ကြော်လို့ကိုမရတာအဲ့ဒါတော်တော်ဆိုးကြော်လို့မရတာဆိုးတယ်အခုပြန်ကြည့်လိုက်တော့မလဲကောင်းတဲ့နေရာလေးကြော်ကြည့်လို့ရသားရင်အဲ့ဒါအကောင်းဆုံးပဲကဲ
Dopeness! Alpha 7! Arena! Godlike Esports! 721 GS Esports! Team Vitality! S2G Esports! Hora Esports! And finally, your defending PMWC champs, Yangon Galactico! Lucy Voici, after just 6 games, the top 5 will make it into the finals. Some will survive, and the bottom 3 will see their key sent to the Crusher. The level of competition on this stage is staggering.
A smile dropped off the top side. He's doing good work here. A grin appearing on his mouth. Now looks for one more. Steps up.
မနေ့ကပွဲပေါ်နော်ဒါမနေ့ကပွဲ
Essentially for Smile. Sleepy with a warning shot. The buggy comes by. Close quarters engagement as Vitality looks to hold on. No fear down. More damage done. Last left alive here, an incredible player on 9 elims this game. It's a hard fight though, a 1 versus 2. Molotov goes long, he runs straight into it though, keeps backing off into the nade. It might be lights out for Axel soon. Oh, that's the nade to do it as Hora. They lay claim to the second chicken dinner. And we got the Alpha 7 fans in the house! But let's see if Alpha 7 can bring the thunder on the close engagement. Goodbye Milu as Tiamba get hit by the front of the vehicle. Flicks coming out from A7.
ပူတော့ပူတာပေါ့နော်နည်းပူတော့ပူတာပေါ့ဒါပေမဲ့လည်းဒါပေမဲ့လည်းရပါတယ်โอเคအဲ့လိုလေးစကြားရသေးလားမသိဘူးကြားရမှာပါအဲ့လိုလေးစကြားရသေးလားမသိဘူးနော်
Let's put the 11th on the board. Looking for TZ, is it a self-denial? It might be. Get to double digits on the year. Burn yourself down to the ground because Vitality live on top of the table and beating a 2-day performance from Group A. What a shutdown. 108 points in 6 matches. Oh yes, another day of competition here as things get loud. Hot Jukes in the building right next to me, and of course it's me, Jackie Powers, in the commentary booth. And we're going to be getting loose and waxing lyrical today, Jukes, because we get some more teams popping off with some big plays here in PUBG Mobile.
Oh, and man, talking about big plays, yesterday was absolutely insane. That's the only word I can say. The question is who's getting second place today, right? Yeah, who's getting second place? Who's getting into the top 5? Because you want to punch that ticket straight to the finals. No messing around today.
No, man, it's going to be big. It's going to be exciting. You know, back when we got into Group A, right, we were thinking, wow, we're being spoiled for some of the runs we're seeing for these teams, the points we're accumulating over such a short space of time. Yeah, well, forget about that. Group B's been a whole different beast, buddy. What was going on yesterday, man?
Dude, I mean, it's like everything went just in a wild situation. We had a world record breaking game number 1. almost every single circle the entire day was just ridiculous, right? And then even with a 39-point game in day one, that's not the team that's at the top of the leaderboards here. It's just unreal. That's the only way I can say it. Is like, what else? I mean, what else could you possibly ask for?
What more could we want? What more could these teams even really give? I'm thinking even just like fundamentally from the points that you can get out of the game, but we were pushing the limits.
Literally. I mean, it's so crazy to see a team. 4 Thrives in Group A did so well. Right?
Yeah.
They topped the tables, and they almost got passed up in points in just one single day, right? So we're going into day 2 here. It's time to say your prayers. Really make sure you are locked in, meditate, and focus, because getting into that grand finals here and now is so critical because of those point sponges. We're going to see most likely some monster squads in that survival stage.
Oh, we are indeed. We are indeed. And of course, that's in reality, if you're able to push through, live on to fight for the survival stage, have a chance to make it to finals. Our teams that are crowned strong enough will go right through here from Group B, joining some of the best from Group A. And then again, Jukes, we've got to crush those keys and say bye-bye to 3 of our squads.
Ooh, yeah, 3 teams going home today. So you got to make sure that you put everything on the line. But it's time, folks. Here we go. Match number 1.
Okay, match number 1 စပါပြီ
day of Group B and our group stage.
match number 1 ကတော့စပါပြီစပါပြီ
Let's go. There we go. Get fired up in the building.
ကို YG ကတော့ပါလာသေးရပါတော့
for PMWC as we get into our opening game.
And it's none other than Rondo. All I know is that now I just want to see
Rondo
finishes every single day going forward. But I don't think we're going to see that here. I don't even know if we'll ever see a 39-point game ever, right? But who knows?
History, bro.
That was history.
Crazy.
That was history. But let's see what's going to happen here now. Teams are starting to pop out. I wonder which squads did their homework, because in Group A, we saw some squads find those recall players, take some teams out early, right? So I wonder if we're going to see that here. I wonder what's on the mindset of Team Vitality today, because they're a lock, right? They're going to the grand finals. Today could be a great day for them to make some tweaks, some adjustments, even take some risks, right? Like, hey, this is our weakness. Let's work on it here and now, so that way we're prepped, ready, so we can get that big $1.7 million prize pool in the finals.
For some of our sides that struggled yesterday, can they come alive even more? We're straight into it with a classic battle. Neox starts us off as the shots are coming through.
Alpha 7
Swinging the blade immediately.
Alpha 7 ကကောင်းတယ်လည်းမဆိုးလောက်နော်
You're knifing some players here. Alpha 7, a team everybody's got their eyes on today, and we got the Wolves, who were able in the final games yesterday to push themselves out of that bottom 3. And now they're facing some titans in this lobby. You got
YG လည်းစော်နေပြီဟိုမှာ
something on here.
စော်နေပြီ
Now you got EA as well. Just fights happening all over the place, and they got to happen here pretty quickly because it's a very southern circle effect.
ကောင်လေးကနောက်ကျောလေးပေါ်နေတာ
Those shots through that little
ကောင်
tiny
လေး
angle, but that one was a good one. Effect making it happen here with the
S12K နဲ့
1v2. That's how you do it.
The arena having a bit of a strong
Yeah.
start there.
Ah.
The drop in towards Neox.
YG
Early point
တစ်ယောက်ပဲ
accumulation.
ကျွန်တော်ရယ်
Back of it. TT happy to take those jewels quite comfortably. 3 Elim points to start us off. Obviously Rondo's Rondo, so don't worry. There'll be a lot more action yet to come.
Oh yeah, non-stop action here. You can see 721GS getting a knock there onto ETSH. That's actually a very important fight here, because oh wow, there we go.
Vitality team ကတော့ဒီနေ့မှာ
See down on the bottom
တကယ်
left, Alpha 7 crowd always
တကယ်
so
ဟွာပဲ
hyped, excited for
တ
their
ကယ်
team
top ပဲ
here. They're not too far away
ကြည့်
from that top 5.
ပထမနေရာနဲ့ဒုတိယနေရာဘယ်လောက်ခွာလဲတာကြည့်လိုက်တော့
Meanwhile, you got Nasser. He's got that S12K in hand. He is ready for it. Oh, he's in the wide open, though. He's got to be careful. Never mind. Rehan said, let's go find another angle.
ထွက်လိုက်
Oh, swing
Shotgun
out
is all like that.
as well. That's a nice connection on the doorway. Off ankle play for Fajita, seeing if he can do too much more from this. They're going to try and bait him in, close the door and keep him guessing. Rest of the squad going down in the meanwhile.
Oh!
Oh!
Been lùi đâu?
Jukes! The bouncing headshot. Hello.
That's what I'm talking about. Jumping and from the top ropes, able to hit that shot and save his squad. So 721GS should be able to get a full reset here. ETSA is quick on that recall. The recall player not messing around here. But really good to go. Young Galacticals only have that single player up, taking a little bit of time here to get that recall in.
Recall the angle
quite far out, all the way over towards Horror. Oh, that's really get to the recall either, bro.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. That's actually something we should actually take a look at. He's going to be heading towards Niaz to try and get his recall in for his team. And that would be a devastating loss for Young.
They didn't have the best run of things.
Run panel,
so if this is the way they things off, it could be very
the group stage ma number 6 နေရနဲ့ number 6နေရနဲ့ 73နေရနဲ့ရှိနေရင်သူတို့ကတော့ဘာဖြစ်တယ်
The Kings yesterday. But can they keep it upright?
August
back and forth blows. Axel going down as well. He was
survival stage
already removed.
I said Chawane. I said Chawgane.
Open there getting that shot.
I said Chawgane 73ကြီးက
Now it does look that
လာမယ့် August 17ရက်နေ့ကျရင်ဟိုလို့ရမှာ survival stage ထပ်ဆောက်ရမှာပေါ့နော်ထပ်ဆောက်ရမယ်သူတို့က12 match 2ရက်ထပ်ဆောက်ရမှာပေါ့နော်တရက်ကို6ပွဲ6ပွဲဆို2ရက်ထပ်ဆောက်ရမယ်အမှနိုင်ရမယ်ပေါ့နော် top 6ဝင်ရမယ်
with that nade
top 6ဝင်ရမယ်ပေါ့နော်
waiting for someone to cross. Oh, but here comes Godlike.
ဒီနေ့ဝါကြမလုံးနိုင်ခဲ့တော့မှာ
Up close and personal, they're taking the fight to Alpha 7 as well.
Opportunity ရှိသေးတယ်နော် chance ကရှိသေးတယ်ပေါ့နော်
It'll be a great start for Godlike to get some early energy into today's game.
အခွင့်အရေးရှိသေးတယ်ဝါကြပြန်ခေါ်နိုင်မလားသူရဲ့ team ခဏလေးနားလေးပါခဏလေးပါ
Too strong to defeat, and they are looking to be the kings of Neos Factory.
Oh, that's power's fired up as well, dude. From one fight to the next.
He's like, what's that over there? What's over there behind that tree? Huh? Throwing them nades. Has he had the arm to get him? That looks good. It's like a little short. Runs out in the open, man. Godlike Esports not playing today.
The flick on that, bro. S-Power is fired up today.
Yes, he is. Already getting some good solid points. That's 6 on the side of Godlike. That puts them in a good solid position in 5th place. And this is the thing, if Godlike win this game, what is that going to look like for these leaderboards? That's going to be a massive gap between
မကြည့်နေပါတော့ဒီဟာတော့ SCP South X-Ray SCP ပဲဝရမှာပါOkay.
5th and 6th place.
That's the thing, the artificial barrier right now. It's very fine margin, so many point vacuums on towards the top spots. Godlike could start out and really give himself a Could change the flow of things. That's Romeo. From Yangon Galacticos, obviously, went down to go for the Romeo and get his team back.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You got to make sure you hit that recall tower real quick. S2G got to hit them plays, though.
လိုင်းကြနေတာပါလိုင်းကြနေတာပါကျွန်တော်နေတဲ့အဆောင်မှာ Wi-Fi ပြင်နေတော့သူတို့ပြင်နေတော့တဲ့ပြင်တာပြီးကိုမပြင်နိုင်ဘူးအများနဲ့ပြင်နေတယ် တော်ပါတော့
Rihan getting that thirst. Yes, indeed. And you can see Masco got that heel off and shuts him down. That is how you do it there. So 7-2-1 making it happen. But you know what else? You guys can make it happen in game with the lucky spin that's coming out, guys. Make sure you guys get in there, hit that draw, and you can get some of those insane PMWC tournament sets. Meanwhile, 7-2-1 GS gets a nice knock there on the S-Power. Godlike really looking to shut this fight down. It's a 1v2 situation. He gets one.
There we
Gets
go.
the thirst. Can he get the second?
တကယ်ပွဲထဲမှာလို့ဘောဆိုရှိမှာမဟုတ် room ဆော့တယ်လို့ဖြစ်နေမှာ ဆန်ကောင်းတဲ့ကောင်တွေကြီးပဲ
He thought he was slick enough to mantle, but he gets the shot.
ဒီထဲမှာ skill လည်းအရေးကြီးတယ်လို့
I mean, I'm sure he had his jump and climb.
ကန်ကောင်းမှုလည်းတော်တော်လိုရပါတော့
But if you get just a little too close, you get that
ဒီမှာနံပါတ်9နေရာတော့ရောက်ဖို့တည်ချသွားပြီတည်ချတာလောက်ရှိသွားပြီပေါ့နော် A7 ကဒီပွဲထဲမှာဒီပွဲထဲမှာ A7 ကခဏနေရမှာနံပါတ်9နေရမှာ God like လည်းတော်တော်ကောင်းတဲ့နေရာမှာပါတယ်
Gonna go ahead
တော်ကောင်းတဲ့နေရာမှာပါတယ်ကြည့် YG ကို YG ကသွေးရော့ထားတယ်
And Jiggle does have an angle, but they
သွေး
should be
ရော့
able to
ထား
get
တယ်
to safety.
YG ပြပေးပါအောင် YG ကိုတေးကိုရေ YG ပြပေးပါအောင် YG ပြပေးပါအောင်
Yeah, this is far more awkward now. Trapped back just on the rock side towards the coastline. Efis cooking the nade, wants to dash that towards No Fear. Too shallow, few more left in the inventory though. They can try and hold him back for a couple more seconds. But they're the ones that are at panic stations. Hora waiting for the opportunity to strike. Efis so low off the engage. Effect though, reels them in. He's looking for the flush on it as well.
Oh no, but he jumps down into the water. That actually could be a workout for him.
Hold on,
He's going to climb that hill. And it looks like he's
YG တွေးပြန်ဖြည့်ထားမယ် YG တွေးရနေစိတ်ကိုမကောင်းတော့
Evius just says now I'm jumping down with my teammates. And now No Fear is at the advantage. Never mind. Shot back and forth, but No Fear finally shuts him down.
A nail-biting fight on that one.
နောက်တစ်ပွဲကတော့ short
They
wide
can at least recover. Still have 3 of their players
Short
alive
brother
as
die.
well and build off the back of this. And that's 8 Elim points they've racked up, leading the lobby right now.
That's the worst case scenario for this lobby because that's really like the only slot that's available there for the finals, considering how well these other teams did.
YG
Godlike are looking to close the door here.
He would do Machia.
You know what? If you want to try to get into
Med
the
kits
finals, you need to win at
bandage
least
the Machia.
we got such a
ဖြည့်လာပြီတွေ့ရတဖြည်းနဲ့ပြန်တိုးလာပြီ
8 eliminations, full squad.
YG ပါ Romeo ဖြစ်ပါတယ် Romeo အာ Run for your lives ဒီတာဖြည်းတဲ့ကဲပါခေါ်အဲ့ကောင်ပါခေါ်လိုက် အဲ့ကောင်ပါတာခေါ်လိုက်ပါ Okay ဒီကောင်တွေလဲဇုံထဲမှာရှိသွားရင်ကဲ Say Cloud မာနကသူ
actually get into this next
သူ
game
တက်ထားတဲ့
as the circle shifts
ကောင်တွေရဲ့ဘုံကနေကောက်နေရပါ
They are in the blue. This is still stage 3. They can eat a little bit of this circle for now, but it's time to finally find out where that next spot's going to
ကြည့်
be.
နေကိုရဲ့ဝန်ကြီးပဲဘယ်နားမှာလဲကိုရဲ့ဝန်ကြီးဟာဇုံထဲမှာပဲရှိသေးတယ်တရားပေါ်မှာတရားအဆက်မှာပေါ့နော်
Even more uncomfortable entry back over towards the zone as they've got to bypass Alpha 7. Vision onto them. Ravo jumps out there.
Alpha 7လက်တိတ်ဆိုးတယ်မပေါ့ကဲ Alpha 7ကအဆင့်8ကိုရောက်သွားပါပြီ
where they reach and end this one.
Man, this whole tournament has been so chaotic. You want to
avoid this
last
stage
at all.
ဒီပွဲမှာ God like ကိုကြော်တက်သွားမလား
16, moving on
ကြည့်ကြသေးရပေါ့နော်
Still, though, I mean, you do not want to be put in that situation. I'm talking to you, Alpha 7. Meanwhile, Team Vitality getting into a 7-2-1 GS. They do end up having one player knocked. Team Vitality, so strong yesterday. Gonna go out early here. They do get 4 eliminations, but like I said, they can do whatever the heck they want today.
This is a quiet one for them. They've already done the hard
They can do
part.
whatever the heck they want.
On the other side of the spectrum, right? Yes, Vitality, our top dogs, they're out.
The top dogs today. Show brother
11 eliminations they've picked up, getting over the safety of the threshold so far, Jukes. Maintain this, you could save your tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, that is a perfect.
ဒုတိယနေရာနေဒုတိယကဟောရာလာအဲ့ကောင်တွေပထမနေရာရဖို့တော့တော်တော်ယူအလံဝေးသေးအမှန်68မှတ်နဲ့132မှတ်အဲ့လောက်ကွာ YG နဲ့ God like ကတိတ်မကွာတော့40ခွန်ဆိုတော့8မှတ်လောက်ပဲကွာတော့တယ်
No, they really haven't, and Dopeness as well. You know, you're down to just the solo. Couple elims, sure, but it's been quiet outside of that. That was the third-party fight that opened things up to allow them to collapse. The replay here is when Dopeness lost a lot of their members up against Vitality. Curious Jigs as well. Mechanically yesterday we saw
Alpha 7
in terms of how they were approaching the game. They never had any luck on their side.
Ascension
for the past 2 international tournaments, they were getting tons of eliminations. And so I want to see them get into finally some late games and show what they can do. It's just been so difficult lately, especially when you have a few teams do something.
YG got like now.
Wild. See what happened yesterday. But today's a new day. Another team that I want to see make something happen is Tianba. Right? I expected a lot from this squad, and now they are still very far down. Pushing into that circle. They can make it up here in Rondo.
For Alpha 7. Their eyes might be lighting up off the back of the recall for Dopeness. They're all parachuting back in relatively close by. Could be a chance for those 3 to fight with the arena in close proximity, but Tianba are in the move, back in towards the zone. Godlike not far out with Manya. Just up on the ridge side there, supported by the rest of the crew. It was a bumpy early game for Yangon, but after that recall, they've been pretty comfortable, at least on their rotation path.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it worked out well for them, especially considering that they were pretty late in this game because of that recall. It took a long time. But, you know, that's the way this game works. Sometimes those circles just shift and the fights happen in such a perfect way. We're able to sneak your way into zone pretty clear. It doesn't happen often, so when it does, you got to take advantage of it. And it's no better place to happen, honestly, in Rondo, right? The game where you can end up with 39 points.
Okay. တနေ့ TP နဲ့ပဲကြည့်ပါမယ်
Curious if there's a chance to get a bit of an extension into each other there.
ကိုကကြာနံပါတ်6နေရမှာပါအခုအချိန်မှာဆိုရင်ဖြစ်နံပါတ်6နေရမှာပါ
player that's fragmented off from the 1-3 split they've currently got going. Say Cloud further out doing a bit of scouting as well. This is the establishing shot for Tianba and Godlike. Godlike obviously far more set up with work with off the back of the warehouses. Tianba not so lucky.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to hold this little valley right here and hold it good for now. Not a terrible spot in this next zone, not the best either, but this is Tianba after all. Still pretty wild to see them down in 12th place, 24 points, very uncharacteristic and unexpected, at least from a lot of people here. You got QZZ, a superstar that can really ring things out. A lot of these teams. Where their backs against the wall and let their gun skill shine. And I mean, I would not be shocked with Tianba, who has 0 points right now. They could end up with 20 very easily here.
72-1 GS as well. Still looking to see if they can squeeze any more points out of this one. Dopeness taking the hits onto Alpha 7. A bit of a back and forth already. Ravo looking to close the gap as he drives by. Switching seats and hitting shots as he puts them down. And quite quickly, manhandles Dopeness. They do lose Korea though, so it will be a 3-man squad for the A7 crew.
Yeah, you can see the crowd showing off them Rebo jerseys. The man, the myth, the legend is here, and he is putting in some work. This is what we needed to see from A7. 8 eliminations so far. You're right, yeah, Carrillo did get taken out, but for 8 elims, that is a sacrifice that you got to be willing to take. But job's not done yet. Still a lot more work if you want to make it straight to those finals, and they do get a nice knock there onto Mormon.
Alpha 7. Looking like they're starting to hit that high tempo. Caught whiff of the arena from the back and take pot shots onto them. Meanwhile, before the zone moves, you can see Ida took a few shots over the Hustler crew, and that's the crunch in, Jukes.
That's the crunch in that's going to make things interesting. The circle goes to the north side. That's huge on the side of Godlike right here. A perfect zone shift for them. Taking a look there at the leaderboards. So this is the problem, though, right? I mean, we were so hype about Alpha 7. Right? The problem is that you're hunting down 5th place. Godlike have 8. So you've only closed that gap by 1 point so far.
Try as they might, there's still so much more to do. And even then, during the map feed, we could see like they were getting consistent damage back over to E Arena, so they're not giving up any of this fight. They're still looking like they want to try. They know the win condition, Jukes.
Yeah. This is the problem, though, right? If you don't have a great day 1, you could have a good solid day 2, but it could be too late, right? Especially if you see consistently on those top 5 teams. They're going to keep on pushing that point threshold even further. So for Alpha 7, if you want to catch up to top 5, the 10 point isn't going to be enough. You're going to need a 20 to try and They still are in this game with 3 players up. The problem is that Godlike is as well, as so is every team that really matters, because Vitality, no one catching them. They can go out early, but for everybody else still here, it's going to make things interesting.
Godlike ကောင်းပြီပါGodlike ကောင်းတယ်လေသိဆွဲတယ်မပါလာဘူး
That's one tag back over, but it doesn't look like it's going well from the elimination feed right now. This could be the downfall of Alpha 7. Seems like it's just A7 trying to hold on to it. This is the POV.
There we go. We got it now. You can see Guizhou trying to get some shots out of range, shooting, busting some vehicles all over the place, but he gets
short brother တော့ပါ နောက်ထပ်တစ်ပွဲကတော့ short brother တော့ပါ
They definitely did. But now Young Galactico said, "Oh, you want some of that action? We'll take some of that as well."
YG ကို YG နမထရထားပါတယ်နမထရထားပါတယ်
It's all kicking off around the zone.
721 GS ကအဆင့်7မှာကောင်းတော့ထားတယ် YG နဲ့ဖြစ်နေရလား YG နဲ့ဖြစ်နေတာ YG နဲ့ဖြစ်နေတာအော်ဘုံလာတယ် Six Club ဘုံအများကြီးပဲထပ်ကဲထားသေး
Godlike popping off on the top side. They shut down ETSH. Big play.
စမိုင်း တစ်ပင်တော့မှာ
Give them even more energy.
တစ်ထားမယ်
72 1GS and Yangon Galactic.
အဲ့ဘုံနဲ့တော့ချောပြီးအကောင်ချောအဲ့ကောင်ချောပြီးဒါပဲကောင်ကြီးဒါပဲ
Top start for them, and now looking to finish strong. It's all up to Masco.
တကောင်ပဲကြံမယ်တကောင်က
He's got to hit some shots.
Zone shift as well, crunching in. It's still
oh my god.
The crowd went nuts.
They're loving that.
The second they saw that shit, they're like, "That's what I'm talking about. This is our game to win." Because that's the one team you didn't want to pop off, because that was the one slot that looked juicy available. Now it's looking like it's long gone. Let's see what Young Galacticos can do, though. They're going to start pushing up on the Masco. Yeah, Masco. Oh, man, those blades. Those shots too strong. No way he survives this. Yeah,
no way surviving, no?
Yangon Galacticos.
Attention, Mulango, Machia, no?
Getting their head above water.
Kuchima, one jab and I'm on a chowny amala. Number chowny amala, Shibadi. God line it, Tien, no? Tien up. This is the Oh, do I go on with the show? Show brother သွားပြီဆိုတော့ Okay okay
They're all going down.
S Power is shutting down this monster squad. Said, oh,
this is the end.
Some of these names, baby, and now QZ
This is the end.
He's gonna go out here. He said, you know what? Deny the point and godlike look.
တွေးကြည့်တာမနိုင်တော့ဘူးဆိုတော့တင်းက Show brother သွားပါ
The of the arena here in Paris says enough about the excitement from the plays from Godlike. And like you said early, they're ruling the roost.
Okay.
The angle to
Yeah, that's it, guy,
only squad that tries to fight.
Hey, you know what? Some people could say that's a lucky
Okay, okay.
They're making their own luck here. Tiamba pushed up and they shut that down so dang fast.
တကယ်ပွဲမှာဒီလိုကောင်းနေတွေ့မယ်လို့စဉ်းစားတာကြည့်ကဲ YG နှကောင်တော့နေနှကောင်တော့YG နဲ့ဘယ်သူနဲ့ဖြစ်နေရလဲ YG နဲ့ NS လာ NS နံပါတ်3အကောင်နေနဲ့ဖြစ်နေတာစိတ်ကလောက်
Here comes Blue and bye bye.
Give yourself up to it.
Oh.
Unless there's a hero play to be made, it'd have to be something miraculous. I mean, they've got a divot off the back of the damage to the tension right now, not being hard stuck on them. I mean, Dukes, it's better than going out.
And that does deny the point at least. So if they go down, then Romeo.
Romeo.
And so easy said, yeah, no, I'm getting that confirmation. I need those points.
Yeah, say Cloud.
Just say Cloud left them. He's still got a ton of utility left to work with as he throws in that nade. Zone eating away at him. I mean, it's good chip damage, and it's even making it more He's just trying to buy time to live out.
Yeah, he's using that strength to maybe even get a little bit of 5 seconds, he's gone. So let's see. Can he even get that heal off? Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, so his play zone is going to take out Young Galacticos there. As Nongshim Red Force are the team holding the south side, but Godlike are just spread out. It's time. We want all these eliminations. Let's shut down this game in some beautiful fashion.
Okay, Godlike voilà. India တင်လာမတည်ဘူးနော်ဟုတ်လားလဲတိဆိုးမပေါ့
But they've suffered a fair bit of damage into this position, being shot at from 2 angles. Whereas Godlike, they've just been ruling the roost, Jigs.
I mean, they got a baker's dozen already. They're looking real good. 13 eliminations. And look at this, finding those tight angles, tight peaks. They know this game's in the bag here. It's literally Godlike's game to lose. Let's see if they can close it out, though. That's always going to be the question. Oh, Nongshimmer there, they are toast, dude. They're forced to run out in the wide open, no smokes available, and man, they just get deleted. Godlike soaking up all these eliminations. If you're Nongshim Red Force, honestly, it's really interesting to see them kind of go for this strategy here, as they're going to be feeding a lot of points on the side of Godlike. And that is 16 on the day, man. These rondos have just been ridiculous.
Yeah, we've not seen anything like it, man. Some crazy games. They had no pathway back in to try and vie for contest this game. So the last man falls.
S2G
That's what it comes down to. STG versus Godlike. They had a bit of a scouting play. They found this duo.
Godlike, yeah, S2G, yeah.
Want to actually collapse on it. Lost goes in quick. S Power cooking the nade. Good chip damage from Manya. Switches to the shotgun. Baits them in. He wants to fight, and the nade from S Power.
Nade.
As they are sending reverberations throughout the Kadia grid. Bringing the heat. On S2G.
Is just insane. He's been throwing heat-seeking missiles all game long and opening the fight for his team. A full 4v4. S2G tried to catch a couple of their players off guard, but it's S-Power, baby. You can't shut him down that easy.
You can't stop S-Power, and you cannot silence Godlike in this moment. Adamino for the closing play.
Godlike နိုင်တော့ပြန်ပါ
Take this chicken dinner with ease.
Holy.
You do it here, folks, and you can see the look on their faces saying, "Make some noise, Paris." It's God.
sunshine. The energy of this arena says enough about the excitement and the plays that this team has been making, and they deserve every bit of celebration they're getting, Jukes.
Absolutely, man. I mean, this was that one slot that looked like it was available. The top four looking very far away, very out of reach. But Godlike say, you know what? Let's just shut that door right here and right now. This top five is locked, right? There's still quite a few games left here, right? You got to put up consistent points. But if those top five do that, it
叫了一声，叫了一声，叫了一声，叫了一声，叫了一声。那不会来的。然后。
there to defeat, to defend, to get those nades.
Godlike moving even closer and closer to the finals as we take a look at the match ranking here. I mean, Hora Esports continuing to be consistent as well with that fragging power we know they're capable of.
Yeah, very happy about Hora Esports, right? We saw NoFear get some really good fights from their side. Unfortunately, at the end, didn't have the numbers to really defend against Yangon Galacticos going for their crossing over. But I want to highlight one team that's very important here in terms of storylines at the bottom of the rankings. It's 7-2.
To actually do it.
From that, maybe a hot drop, maybe a hot drop.
I'm actually not super hopeful about them because their best game yesterday was on Rondo.
澳洲現在先抽緊你食到啲㗎，買買。嘅，一萬個收埋出嚟，啲波咯，一萬個喇叭哩，一萬個出嚟，出嚟，出嚟。
Group B final day of the groups, right? We still have survival stage coming up. But it's all come down to this. Yeah, 15 point now, you know, mathematically, for all you guys are like, hey, come on, it's 15 points, it can still happen. And it definitely the fact that the top five, you know, if we see the top five put up 5 points here, that's now a 20-point gap, right? So, if you are in that 6th place on down,
各玩家的 safety 是超马为系列是吧？
Start really talking about guys like a regular game is no longer okay.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, right? Just be like, look, guys, I want to cut our losses. Just go for a hard drop. Do something. We've got to just try something.
Yeah.
If we can starve them from getting no points, I believe in Paris that'd be nil points. There you go. Check that one, Max Man. Let me know. Yeah, if you can actually just target them, deny them physically even being able to play one battleground here, just starve them out for a game. Maybe you've got a chance. But yeah, like you say, normality, probably not going to be ideal. This ain't normal though, bud. We're getting these circles.
Yeah,
here we go again. Southern Flame Path, Super Northern Circle. You know, I would normally be like,
Super Northern.
probably know what's catching. With this one, but this could be a good opportunity, right, for the rest of the lobby to make something happen here. Now, one of the teams that desperately want to is Yangon Galacticos. Okay, they're in 6th place with 46 points. They're right there below that.
Harder of a rotation. They're quite comfortable with in terms of the drop location, but like you say, having to make that whole wrap is going to be brutal for them. But we've got something that's going to be very exciting for all of the viewers.
Yeah. And it's gonna be that Naruto skin. That's right, guys. Join that Uzumaki Naruto event. Get that Ninetales Fury on. Get your hands on that bad boy because the AUG is OP. And you're gonna do it in style. Right here. But oh, look at this. Oh, nice little shot there back from Jiggle. He put up a fight. But Godlike, man, I'm telling you, these guys are just having a phenomenal day. It's wild to see 39 points in Rondo on day 1.
Like I said,
30 here. So I mean, when it comes to Rondo, Group B just weren't playing.
No, he certainly had the upper echelons of Rondo gameplay. made it look super exciting in some of the instances we've been gifted over today. The ideal scenario, like you touched on there, for Godlike, once again, target some of these squads. The only benefit to that is if you're playing with a 3-man squad for Horo, if this is a bit more of a weakened knee, there's a chance where obviously Godlike thinking, right, we can try and lap them, push ourselves further into the safety net. Helps them out. The other teams, not so much. Still got to be a far better game.
Man, I tell you, if I'm any of these other teams in this lobby and I see Godlike already starting off with elimination, I'm like, oh, this is not good. You know, like they're already getting hot off the rip. That's going to make things tough. So I'm talking about Young Galacticos all the way down to Tianba. It still freaks me out to see Tianba down in 13. I had them as a lock for top 5 here. That's going to make the survival stage that much more interesting, though, right? I mean, we're in Neptura, right? She was happy to see some movement from Alpha 7. I am as well, but you got to look at the reality of things, right? Like, that game was good, but it did nothing. It really didn't do anything when it comes to them trying to make it into top 5, purely because of how good our top 5 teams did.
Yeah, that's the kind of the rough parts about it. It's what we've been saying from the games we saw yesterday as well, where mechanically they're making the right moves. You know that they're damn talented as individuals as well. They're playing off each other nicely. It looks like the comms are looking far cleaner in moments of chaos, but that only goes so far. If you're not able to get yourself into a good position, constantly fighting heads and tails to get even a reasonable compound, a reasonable location in the zone, man. Just feels like you're coming in doing this on hard mode, realistically.
Literally. I mean, that's the one thing I've noticed here, especially in PMWC live here in Paris, is good games are good and all, right? But the thing is the teams at the top of the leaderboards, they're not doing good games. They're not even doing great games, right? They're doing something special. They're doing something that we've never seen before. And you just can't compete with that, right? Just good isn't good enough here at this stage. If you want that top prize, you gotta break records. You gotta do something.
It's what we've seen. Competition has raised to a new level. And these are going to be terrifying squads to have back when we get all the way through towards finals. That's a conversation for another time, though. Yangon Galacticos taking some shots over onto S2G. A bit of a sleeper squad to the previous game. Gave a good run of things, all things considered, with how they approached it. Kamikaze limping away.
Maybe I can get
knock for free off the back of it. That's the worst case.
I already know what he's telling you. All it takes is one little bullet through it, but hopefully we're going to see Kamikaze get to safety.
Oh, Romeo.
This is a bridge gatekeep on a northern zone, too. That's ridiculous. I'm surprised we're seeing Young Galacticos take so much time to do this, because this is on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, they're not on the mainland. And they've got a long way to go as well. You got a lot of attention from them, at least looking back over towards the coast. I mean, Smiles... They're not ready for the read. If he bobs up, Jigs, couple quick shots here. Could be the difference maker. I mean, Marnet's got the shot off.
You're in 7th place, 40. You're gatekeeping and out of position in the circle. Like, I get you're trying to hunt down 4 eliminations, but that's not enough, right? In order to get into that top 5, it's chicken dinner time. So to risk putting yourself behind positioning-wise, it's just not worth it. I think at this point, just leave this fight. Go into the circle, try to get into that end game.
Gone on the underside of the bridge, so Kamikaze can at least keep himself safe for now and try and catch them off guard. They have that hovercraft waiting for them effectively as like the escape plan. But yeah, super elongated battle between these two.
အစင်း6နဲ့9နဲ့ဖြစ်နေတာအခုက
Many of your early reserves as well.
S2G နဲ့ YG နဲ့ဖြစ်နေတာ
That's what I'm saying. It's like I get it.
နိုင်နဲ့ကောင်ကတော့
really committing for 4 eliminations here. But again, you're more than 15 points. I think 16 points behind 5th place.
YG ကတစ်ဆင့်ပဲတမတ်ပဲတာ
Who knows, right? S2G could get these 4 limbs, run into circle, catch a lucky third party, and it could work out. But at the end of the day, that zone goes even more north. This strategy is looking more grim by the second.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for them, does it? How they're so close, man, in terms of the standards. So like they're super heavily convinced about this being worth it. But you can see the difference in a team like Vitality. Right, it's time to go. There's no one on our bridge. Let's get out of here safely.
I just imagine like Team Vitality, the comms right now. It's just like,
ဟိုမှာ
you know what I'm saying?
ညီမလူကြီးတစ်ကောင်နဲ့
We're good, you know, like, why don't we just take a look at Pachinki, you know, what, you guys need anything else, an extra energy drink, anything like that? 'Cause they're just so solid on the leaderboard, it's ridiculous here. But there we go. Big fight here, 7-2.
Big fight here.
Tianba, QGZ, turn around with a shotgun, gets a couple little hit markers, but it's not good enough. Gonna have to play. But that is Tianba of all teams getting eliminated, and another huge star team.
You got Alpha 7 as well, keeping their eyes on this with Wolves also right on top of them. The dinner bell's been rung, Jukes, and this is what we're expected to see. What's going on? Alpha 7?
The aggression is ramping up. I think
Alpha 7?
coaches are like, we
have to Alpha 7
of eliminations if we want to make it to the finals, and it's dopeness battling it out with A7. A7 down to a single player. It's disaster for the Brazilian.
Man, I need to see that. Duke's problem stations here. This is getting brutal for them already. Alpha 7 just with Obscure left. It felt like they had seized an opportunity to attempt a third party onto that and squeeze some points, but it all blows up in their face, literally.
Oh, such a rough finish for A7. Down to just really 7-2-1 GS, who in that last game, and if they do good on this one, should put them in a really good position to at least make it to the survival stage. And who knows, right? I mean, with a good chicken dinner here, could even possibly get them a little closer to that top 5. We'll have to see how Irina, Godlike, do in this game. But now we're just going to see Alpha 7. Yeah, Obscure just going to have to do something for his team here. Really needs to sneak away a couple of eliminations.
You see the migration from S2G. They did abandon their post in the end, leaving the bridge. Here's the replay. Okay, so this is it. It looks like it was the teammate that I imagine on the bounce. Saw it in the Elim feed, Jukes. I'm thinking, how on earth does this happen? Like, you just trapped in the building, what's going on?
S2G နဲ့လည်းသူတို့လည်း
a
shot ပေးကြပြီလား
Oh mate.
shot ပေးပြီးတော့
used to be bigger.
So
That's what it was.
I don't even know if that would have helped, but nade's not that big.
You gotta thread that needle.
S2G ကကောင်းတယ်နော် တော်ဆူဆူဝါးဝါးပဲ
It wasn't really a needle, it was a whole window. But you know what, it happens. It happens. You're under pressure, you got vehicles driving up on you, you're trying to make it to the finals, and just one little misplay, you get punished. Yesterday we saw with the Wolves, right, flip a car and get taken out because of it. And that just goes to show at this high level, one tiny mistake could be meaning going to the finals or going home.
Didn't expect that one. You'd be fuming as well.
Oh, yeah.
I hope the mental isn't brittle off the back of the team, Nade. You got to reset from it, Jukes.
Yeah, looking at the bottom of the leaderboards here, the fact that Tianba went out so early, we're going to see them in the bottom 3, most likely here after this game alone. I mean, you got Dopeness only 1 point away from passing them up. ETSH are still up with 4. Hustlers Crew are up with 3. So one of the favorites going into this lobby who, in my opinion, QZZ is one of the best players in the world. To see them struggle so hard in Group B is just shocking for me. But let's look over here at E-Arena, who are going to have the warehouse near Severny. This is a really solid position. No matter where the zone goes, they're going to have a lot of real estate to be able to drive to there. So let's see how they decide to defend against it. It's not even that easy to press up on.
TT on the quick rotate. Last remember from Alpha 7 there in Obscure down on the deck. And they're getting themselves into the zone, forging a path forward, and thankfully haven't been popped off by any of the teams in these positions, although maybe that will change with No Fear. Oh, chip damage, Dukes, but not enough.
Put some shots down range, and now everyone's just playing keep away. Say, hey, no, someone's here. Do not full send it onto my building, please, and thank you. Oh, Wolves, okay. Nice nade there on the 721 GS. That's a huge fight. That's 10th and 11th place going at it. But it looks like they are just within little nade range. Not fighting it out just yet. Okay, Godlike, mighty close. I don't think Young Galacticos want any of this fight right now. They're just gonna push a little bit further down south the hill. Mormon catches Slonic. Oh, the Wolves looking hurt here, as that's 2 players down, but Elementrix, we're seeing a battle go out, and here he goes. Elementrix getting thirsted, and I believe that is the Wolves eliminated.
The Wolves not surviving as a pack. One by one, they're gone. The Arena resetting off the back of it. Grab Mormon, throw him in the vehicle, and get away to pick him up.
Yeah, wild to see here. Is E-Arena going to push on over to that warehouse? We see Young Galacticos just south of Romeo, underneath the hill. Romeo, yeah, using that hovercraft. That's the vehicle to use to get some extra intel. They're pushing up with it. Immediately, Godlike start putting some shots just to try and get it down a little bit further. But Young Galacticos are like, hey, yeah, we're here. Do you want to fight us? Maybe? Maybe you guys just go in the zone. We do as well? Well, let's see what happens.
Yangon don't want that smoke, man.
The
back exposed, S-Power. Lucky. I know, dude. He's been so slick as well. That's the one time we've not seen him get an instant elim off something like that.
Yeah, I didn't think he was exposed. Down in the open. And when you just give him that tiny pixel, he knocks it down. S-Power on point. That's the fight to open things up. Oh, and his nades, too, have been so dangerous today. It's a 4v3 situation. Let's see how Godlike decides to take this fight. They're already starting to wrap around, get their claws into Young Galacticos. They're going to have to get moving here pretty quick.
Yeah, the pincer play.
Giving
their squad more of an understanding of what's going on here once the rest of our teams around the zone do begin to duel one another. F is there from TT falling. Zerich replying back onto 721 GS. And that fight does result in them going down. Out of the running, but another game with 6 elims, Dukes.
Unreal. Now TT Project are down to 1 as well. That's 10th through 13th. Pretty much almost out here. That's a huge opportunity for our bottom 3 to get out of there. And meanwhile, Neon's actually does a good job of getting a knock on the ETSH. So he's keeping his team alive. Oh, gets knocked. Now it's just up to effect. Last player up for TT Project. Now getting ran over. And that is them gone. And this is a huge opportunity now for ETSH. 7 points on the board. They're looking good to get themselves out of that bottom 3.
Looks like we lost Obscure from Alpha 7 there as well. I believe that was E-Arena that went for the wrap down, found the solo and dispatched him. So
Shotgun
here, Say Cloud.
Shotgun,
Power on point all day long. Galacticos. And a 6th place goes out here. This is top 5, pretty much all in it. This is the worst case scenario for this lobby.
God, this is absolutely brutal. Smile's literally the only one that could get away. Got back behind the vehicle, pieced out to create space between the two, but for Godlike, it seems like the fight isn't going to be over. It's only just getting started. Non-Shin Red Force close by, S2G as well, pushing up the hill. Nades onto the smokes.
S2G
he'll connect onto someone.
S-Power gets in the vehicle. Oh, goodness gracious. This lobby is looking pretty crispy at this point, because our top 5 teams are all in this. Mid-pack are gone. Next zone does pop, goes right towards that center position. Godlike are going to use that high ground and gun skill to dominate this side of the map. And it looks like they are looking way too good to start the day. Man, S Power has just been ridiculous today. And that last game was insane. Even here, his shots are just so on point. He came ready to play today.
He's quick, stylish, certainly delivering out there on the battleground jigs.
Maybe that's what the S stands for.
Samaima ဖြည့်စားသွင်းမရှိတော့ဘူးတင်တယ်သူဖြည့်စားမရှိတော့ဘူးတင်တယ်
He's been making the arena. A lot of utility left to work with, and they're casting that up towards this little ridge, a rock between them and ETSH. Nearby bounce on the nade. Africa's got to double back slightly for Hita. Somewhat effective in these angles. Slight off angle where he can peek down on you. He loves these sort of peaks.
Come on, Fajita. Let's see what you can do. Oh, Turney K getting hit with that nade. He's going to back it on up. So you know what? I'll leave those smokes right there. Looks like they're seeming to throw a bombardment on them. So E-Arena doing a good job. Back it up. Just, hey, take our time. We can't afford to get knocked here. This is still stage 5. This is wild. I mean, I think these teams in the mid-pack all played super aggressive, and it just didn't work out for, like, almost any of them.
ကျွန်တော်အင်ဂျီသွားတိတ်လိုက်ပါဦးမယ်
It's the exact
ပြန်
opposite
လာခဲ့ပါမယ်
of what really they needed to get out from this one. The rich will only get richer towards the top, and our bottom 3 squads all still in the running. That's where the movement could be off a game like this. If ETSH can keep up the gameplay we've seen with 4 players alive and 7 elims in the bank already, maybe they can start to climb out.
Nice knock there. Kamikaze gets a nade onto Admino from Godlike. Here we go. It's Godlike versus S2G. Good nade in that direction. Ooh, doesn't hit the mark just yet. And meanwhile, yeah, look at that smile from Young Galactical, just hiding for his life here.
He's just sat inside that smoke. Oh, the vehicle so close to finding him as they're looking to bonnet him. S-Power's on the move as well.
Oh!
Chicaning around, but S2G lose another player down to 2. Lost, living up to his name because he's panicking right now. Can't quite find him, but S-Power takes a bullet to the back of the head. The SMG delivers. Goodbye, Godlike, as S2G win out on that one.
Huge play on the side of S2G right there, right on time too. You take out Godlike, who have now moved into 2nd place. You got to get these reses though, and the blue zone is closing. They're gonna go ahead and pick him up, get him into that vehicle. It's smoke. Oh, never mind. Says, this ride is for myself and myself alone, as I'm driving into a whole bunch of shots. Oh, Soul K. That is looking like it is going to be it. Yeah, he has to move away from the vehicle. It explodes. And S2G, nice fight, but not able to convert anything afterwards.
Hey, there's Vitality as well, getting LOS onto that. They see them and instantly farm through, stealing away some extra points. Does Smile make a move? The solo here from Yangon. He's thinking about the big picture, Jukes, but look how tempting this is.
Hello! And Razy somehow survived that. The trap was sprung, and he was able to get out with the cheese. He got out with the cheese, unscathed.
Ludicrous scenes, quick wrap around. Ooh, can't make it back in. That is going to be the deny out then. No chance to re-peek into the zone. Points denied, Yangon removed.
What is this leaderboard? What is this leaderboard, my man? What's going on here? So we got 4 from the top 5, 2 from the bottom 3, and only 1 in the mid-pack? Does it need to be said here? Does it need to be said here, folks? This is insane.
Feeling pretty defined. Feels like it's all just inevitable with how it's been going. ETSH, realistically, the only one towards the bottom side with anything to be earned from this. Dopeness only down to a duo. And the last man of Aura in Sleepy, tucked in behind the tree. Hyunbin not far away either.
Yeah, honestly, he's doing enough, right? If you're Aura, you're just trying to put up, 4 or 5 points a game, that could be enough to just put yourselves into those finals. Considering that, yeah, I mean, all the mid-pack teams aren't going to have that 20-point pop-off game that they needed. There's only, I think, one that stands a chance. And it's going to be tough, considering that almost all the lobby, the top of the lobby is still here. Look at this, Youngshin Red Force with 1. They're doing exactly what they need to. Now it's ETSH, the team that needs to get themselves out of the bottom. Now just getting destroyed on the side by E-Arena, the Thai squad. Deleting them out of there. Nice push, though. They did get some good, solid eliminations, but they're going to still need to do a whole lot more if we want to see them in that survival stage.
Yeah, I had to squeeze extra from this one. That's what you were saying. Good isn't enough anymore. For them, it's not going to bail them out. Dopeness, though. The Dope duo looking to clash versus Ida. First one falls. E-Arena even trying to siphon points off the back of that, and they do so successfully, taking down Dopeness. Hyunbin falls. Razy loses his footing on the rocks.
MG3, so good, but you know what? Its weakness is when you're getting shot in the back. Unfortunate there for Racy. Again, Team Vitality just flexing at this point. 2 players up. Youngshin Red Force get that thirst. And, all the teams at top are doing exactly what they need to. Hey, just survive, put some decent points on the board, and it's a lock. Considering that there's only 5 teams remaining, all these teams are going to be getting some good, solid placement points. The real eyes on and storyline left is Ida. Like, if you're Ida right now, what's going to happen is you take out this entire team here now.
Give it your
absolute all. It's not going to get any easier, though. Weird timeline where Sleepy could probably sneak into the zone unnoticed. Nongshim cleared this whole area, so they might not expect anyone to be there. They find him tucked in behind the tree, so he's looking to just steal points if he can.
Schweppes.
YG ကအဆင့်9မှာအမှတ်48မှတ်နဲ့ပါ
points. That is a huge jump down to 7th place. What is that, 24-point difference? That is a chicken dinner minimum just to catch up. And that's if these teams do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's looking mighty solidified here. But we've seen crazier things happen, that's for sure. As we're going to see Vitality, out towards military base early, as always.
The classic setup from a fair few of our squads. Because the playing path, at least, has been favorable for them. What about that zone, though? All right. Could have been way worse.
That's still gross, though.
It could have been way worse, though. That's what I'm saying. But what we're working with here, like 45% water? Like 35?
It's still a nasty circle. I mean, this is really like one of the worst spots because the fact that you have to make that bet, right? Like, you go to the mainland, you go down to military base, you try to hold that, that bridge just in case the zone goes in another direction. Vitality don't care. Like I said, they've done so much, so many points, so they can do whatever they want, but for teams in the mid-pack, it's not good. It isn't, because this is not one of those circles that's like, oh, I got zone blessed and now I'm going to get 30-point game. It's like, we're just going to try to make it to endgame here.
You're gambling on it of just like, okay, do we stay there? Do we go back to the mainland? Which one do we pick? We're just going to get stuck on a bridge again?
Ugh. I wouldn't even know if I want a bridge fight. What do you do here? I'm really trying to crunch my brain and think, you know what? I think the best strategy here is to go in game and get the brand new Naruto skin. I think that is what you're gonna do first, right? Get that Ninetales Fury, and that way I look good, right? And once I'm going and get that skin, then really think, what do I do in this game? As we're gonna see Ida get that loot truck from Pachinki. Loot trucks really have changed the game here, the whole meta. They've really allowed a lot of these spots that used to be a little bit rougher when it came to loot now be absolutely stacked. Because I'm thinking, if the coaches had to tell these teams, Jackie, you have to win the game.
Yeah.
If you want to make it to the finals, it's win the game. Otherwise, just good luck, right? So what do we do here in this scenario? What position, if you were a team, where would you put your squad in to try and get that 20-point game? You go in mainland, you go in military, you taking bridge? What are you thinking?
I think Gambleware's probably a little bit safer right now to just set up mainland. Like you say as well, like the blessing of the loot trucks right here. If they get something good out of this, I'm sure we'll catch vision at some point of what they actually got, right? You get some high tier loot straight away. You can just coast early game. Cut out a load of that like early looting time and actually fight a bit more with an advantage. I'm thinking it from the angle if they've just got to carry on from where they left off. Squads like that, so take that Eda mindset of trying to push your limits further, run some risk spray. You get some high tier loot, get in there, start scrapping, see if you can squeeze elims, bully some of the lobby. You know effectively at this point, like you're kind of middle of the pack, you're not really going to fall that far down. The bottom side's so low, slipping out of survival is going to be hard,
yeah.
So you might as well risk it.
You have to, and I think this is the game to risk it. You know, I think that at a certain point, yeah, I think here it's all risk, for sure. As we get into the Miramar matches, then it's like, all right, maybe we got to play a little conservative just to make sure we don't fall in the bottom three if you're that low. But here is one of those games where you gotta shoot for the moon, right? Try to get that top three finish. I think if you're gonna go for down a spot, I think you go Ferry Pier, that Ferry Pier hill, right behind the gas station. If you take that spot there, it gives you a lot of control of the zone. You can hopefully maybe even catch some third parties. And it looks like Ida, of all teams, is going to take that spot. So they're saying, you know what? We're one of the squads that definitely could make it a top five. And I mean by one, I mean the only one, right? They're the only one really in the run for top five here due to that last game, and they're going to control this hill which I think is an excellent spot in the zone.
And it works out pretty cerebrally for them as well, right? Because obviously you come in, like you say, get that loot truck, arm yourself a bit earlier, that gets cut out some of the additional time they'd have to waste, sort of slowly slogging along, getting themselves better firepower and ammunition to work with. If they run into another squad, maybe they do just take that encounter head on. It's a good call. It was a great last game, and you could see they were all fired up in celebration as well. Big stage like this, Duke, sometimes the paranoia gets to you.
Yeah, it does.
But they certainly rise to the occasion, man.
They have rise to the occasion, and they did it in just such insane fashion. A crazy 1v3 to end things up, to get the chicken dinner, the dub, and put them in the running here. It's so insane. I mean, job's not done yet. I mean, Godlike have been playing phenomenally today. That's going to be a hard one to catch. And we heard it there from the desk, right? Out of all the teams in the top five, they were talking about Aura, just being like, yeah, I mean, they are consistent. They're up there, but out of all the teams, I think they're the ones that's the most shaky right now, at least when it comes to trying to let Ida catch up to them. So I think if you are Aura, if you're any of the teams in top five, you obviously want to shut that conversation down right here. But with a circle like this, it's not going to be easy, that's for sure.
The team that was towards the bottom side coming into the start of the day was 721 GS, but they've rose massively, fighting hearty into these games and still being able to squeeze out a decent number of elims to rise up the ranks. Fair few points between them and slipping back into the bottom. Obviously the surprising factor there, Tianba. Didn't think that's where we'd be seeing them, Jukes.
Oh my gosh, I can't, that's like, for me, the most frustrating thing in this lobby is seeing Tianba in. I mean, I don't even want to say it. I mean, they are in bottom three right now. I mean, I don't want to believe it, you know. And in if this was any other year, I'd be like, no, not worried, you know, like it's Tianba, they're for sure not gonna be blah 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 blah, you know. But what has happened with Alpha 7, you know, is making me very scared, you know, because there wasn't a world, I would have put the whole house on saying that Alpha 7 were for sure making a final in 2 international events, and they haven't done that yet. So, yeah, Tianba, please get it together, please.
Yeah, we need to see some sort of change. Again, that'd be a prime example of a squad that probably could, if they lock in right here, right now, game like this, right, run the risk. It's not looking great as it is anyway. If you can completely flip that around with a big result, get some points in, bro. The other teams drop down below you. We know they've got the firepower for it, Jigs. It's just gone quiet.
Silly quiet. I mean, for them to even be close to bottom three is insane. And the fact that they're sitting there right now, is wild. I mean, they're not that deep down. I mean, it's only 2 points away from dopeness and about 9 points away from 9th place. So it's not the scariest position to be in, but you know, you don't like to see it regardless. Next zone, let's just see how toxic it's gonna be. Are we gonna get a crazy shit? Okay, yeah, it does go perfectly up to that mainland. So that bet from Ida, right? I mean, this is the perfect zone shift for them.
It's worked out brilliantly. Opening game plan so far uncontested. Sped up a lot of their looting, found themselves a good position that's still very central as well. 72-1 GS once again. They've been a bit of a dark horse of being able to squeeze eliminations and bully some of the squads that are massively above them in the standings. And that little nip, make it harder, take out some of these players so that you can try and climb. That's helping not only them, but potentially a few of our other squads as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the teams you got to take out here, guys, right? I mean, at a certain point, I mean, I'm not gonna say at a certain point, it's literally this point now. Like
right now.
The mid teams need to hunt down the top squads. Like, you need to have, the coaches should be talking to these mid-pack teams, analyzing their drops. Now, I'm not necessarily saying hot drop, but have a good idea of where they move rotationally. Try to gatekeep them on a try to catch them out on a drive in somewhere. You got to do something to slow them down, because just hoping that they don't perform is just not good enough. You got to make your own luck. You got to find a way to make something happen. Unfortunately for Tianba, they lose a player on rotate, so they're going to be stuck with 3 here in order to get into that end game. And now QZZ gets knocked out by Ida. This is worst case scenario for Tianba. They're gonna hold the warehouse here, not the worst spot. It's one of those spots that you hard commit to. Are they not gonna get this res? Oh, brutal. And that just shows the urgency from Ida, right? They're like, we need every single point we can get.
Yeah, that's absolutely hellish for them immediately as well, right? If we're saying these kind of games where, yeah, as much as it's not barren, bottom of the bottle, not feeling like you can completely get back into it, another game goes by, suddenly you're looking at 3 matches left. If they remain in this position with their squad already falling down to only 2, and especially if you're feeding those points to a rising squad like Ida, this can't be happening.
Dude, I'm getting flashbacks, guys, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like remembering Alpha 7 being like, hey, all right, another bad game, another bad game, another bad game. What's going on here? And then all of a sudden, boom, they are knocked out. You could just see the look on the players' faces and just not looking too happy at all. Coaches from Young Galacticos are locked in right now. They're in 8th place, 47 points. And again, that is quite a few away from that mid-place position. So yeah, if you're Young Galacticos, you're in the blue zone now. Hunting down some of these squads might be beneficial because you need a ton of eliminations. Let's see if they can find them though, as Dopeness end up battling it out with Team Vitality. Razak throwing the Molotovs in there. Lupa on fire, and he's gonna burn, baby, burn. And that's Dopeness losing one of their players here.
Dopeness trying to clash back. Eyes on the Wizard's Tower. Razy goes up top to make sure they can hard flush onto Lufa. No recovery mission, but Nikita has other ideas in mind. Nearly gets up the stairs, but Razak's quick with it. And a buckshot's dispatched them. Head on a swivel as well. Finds Ken G, 1 by 1. Dopeness very quickly falling to the wayside. Nice pick up there, Dukes. They can save their mate as well. This is a bit surprising, though. S2G hard commit onto the Godlike crew, and they're gone.
Wow, what a huge finish for the side of S2G. This is their chance now. S2G's got to go for the win. Godlike getting shut out earlier is perfect for them because they are right there. 4th place, 5th. Not a crazy point gap going up from them. So 75 points is where they're staying. That's the goal to catch up to. Big opportunity. And you know, Ida saw that. You know, Aura saw that. You know, Young Galactica saw that. So let's see what they could do in this game. And now with Dopeness getting eliminated earlier, Tianba are like, all right, hey, let's get a good game in here and get out of this bottom 3.
Yeah, exactly. You're not too far off. Couple points It's only a duo, though. That's the scary thing. He'd have weakened them early. That task is way harder. Half as many players to rely on.
Now, yeah, you're just going to see these rotations come out. I mean, S2G need to find themselves a good solidified position, and they do, right? They have a good spot in this next circle, especially if the zone goes up north. Yeah, I think now it's time to play things a little bit slower, slow things down. You got to get to end game if you're S2G. Fights right here are way too dangerous, because if you take a fight, you're getting third party, almost guaranteed. So slow it down a little bit and try to get this win, because that's what you need. You need still a good amount of points here, and if you can get that win now, man, they'll be having a good solid chance in the last 3 matches.
Good to see everyone being a little bit more cutthroat with the application of how they're playing, right? It's kind of what we were saying. You got to try and run a few more risks, and taking down Godlike now presents that opportunity to rise. Let's see where the zone's going to go on it. Who will get a bit of a gift?
Dead center. Dead center here. So the S2G are still in play here. The duo from Tianba are not going to be in trouble because everyone's going to be crashing in this area. And you can see Vitality are driving right by everybody, instantly moving on. S2G not happy with just taking that corner side. They want dead central, and they are pushing on up. Vitality now. Oh boy, here comes TT Project, looking to punish them in the shack. Nice shots there from Niaz. And this is some desperation points on the side of TT Project. They need every single one of them.
Sitting inside the vehicles for Vitality is the only play they can make. They quickly heal themselves up and re-peek back through. Razak, star player for this squad that's been popping off in this very battleground. They're going to go for the quick pickup play, it seems. Federales runs in. Oh, the hovercraft just clipping the toes of Niaz as he gets crushed. And Razy finishes it off there. They can block some of this space as well. Hard commit to that recovery. Make sure they get back to 3 members, Jukes.
How are these guys alive?
I don't know.
This is insane. I mean, this was the worst case scenario for TT Project. Just Team Vitality said, all right, you know what? Yeah, you guys thought that we were just big chilling. No. If you're going to take us out, you got to do it quick. Now we're going to see Young Galacticos here just on the move little by little. Ida holding this compound, a strong position in this zone is exactly what they need to be doing. They got a couple eliminations early. You know, get yourselves a nice secure spot. Ensure that you get to that end game here. S2G would have 6 eliminations, which is a great start for them. They did lose 1 player, so they got to start playing very conservative here. They full committed to this position, dead center. They're like, you know what? We're going to hold the dead center, wide out in the open. We're going to secure this shack, have all our vehicles blown up. So they really, really need to hope that the zone just keeps centering on up to their position.
That's the crew taking down Hyunbin there as they're able to detonate the vehicle. And you can see it's not looking too great health-wise for Nonshin Red Force. They chip damage onto one of them, 2 of the players knocked for now. That's a bit of a spread where you got Wolves nearby, Hustler crew in position. This is the fight that's currently going down. Ooh, nade inside from Slanik as Wolves get that one on target.
Let's go Wolves, man. Wolves need to do something here to keep the NA dreams, hopes alive. Wolves having one of the best substitute players on the planet in Juancho. Fortunately, we haven't seen him in the game, but he is here in the arena watching over his squad. And hopefully looking to extend their stay here just a little bit longer. 30 points, not nearly out of the danger zone yet. They need a good game to at least solidify them to the stage. But man, that survival stage is going to be jam-packed here. Tianba looking like they are going to might be going to it. Alpha 7 looking headed in that direction as well. As we look at the top players, of course, we see a whole bunch of Team Vitality. That makes sense.
It really does. Zone crunching in once again, though. Centering up. S2G, Hora, and of course the remaining members of Tianba within the area for now. Surprised Ida from distance as well when we saw that fight with Wolves and Nongxin, but they were able to steal away one more point just off the back of the encounter. This is Yangon pushing up onto TT Project. Oh, they're trying to get away in the vehicle, but they're running into another team on the hillside. It goes both ways though. Damage done. Federales from distance helping Vitality put pressure onto these squads.
Young Galacticos, there's Say Cloud, all right, popping a couple shots there on the side of Vitality. I'm surprised he even shot that, considering that he's so far out of position in this circle. But now I was wondering, where is Alpha 7? When are they going to make some moves? There's Obscure getting a nice shot there onto E-Arena. That's huge for this lobby. E-Arena going out here shuts down one of those top players. And Tourniquet, though, last player up. Oh, devastating A7 here. Oh, and good for them, though. 7-2-1 gets that elimination. That's going to be a huge sigh of relief for the side of A7.
It's Wolves as well, making it so uncomfortable for Alpha 7 there. They thought they could take a fair fight, be able to just play a head-to-head with both squads. Doesn't work that way. Wolves keep the pressure on A7. 721 GS as well. Still stealing points here and there in these games. Darkin takes the shots up onto Fajita. You got the spam over. In the midst of all this, Vitality have finally finished what remained of TT Project. And the solo from Alpha 7 stuck in a horrific position.
Horrific is right. And the Wolves are holding the north side, wrapping all the way around to find a position in this next zone. Obscure just going to be eating a whole lot of blue damage. And this is stage 5. This one hurts. Alpha 7 just can't seem to catch a break here. Can't get anything going. And S2G, hard committing to that central spot, is working out so far. And that is, yeah, Obscure's just going to go out to blue. So that's A7. If they want to make it into the top 3, they need to win almost every single game going forward.
Impressed how good Wolves have been able to play as well with the really awkward fights they've had here. Handling themselves nicely against multiple squads. Sonic does finally fall, and he was hitting some big shots. It could be a detriment to the remainder of the Wolves roster. Yangon. Brutal position, bro. They got the smokes, limited cover, hovercraft still there.
Now we're going to see Ida. 4 players up. They took the most dominant position in the zone early, and it is working out for them. What's even working out for them more is the fact that Godlike's gone, right? Nongxin Red Force are hurt. E-Arena is out of here. Aura only have 2 players left, so, and those are really the only top 5 that matter, right? So, oh man, that's going to be really huge for the side of S2G and Ida. It opens the door. It opens the door for them to make it into the finals, but you still got to walk through it. Team Vitality, meanwhile, are applying that pressure onto Young Galacticos. It's only Smile and Romeo up left, and they are going to be stuck trying to just snake this one out and make something happen.
Nade from Smile being cooked. A few shots over from Tiamba as well, it seems. Doesn't overcommit onto chucking that one, just going to belly crawl back through the weeds and see if he can get into a good spot here. Thread the needle with a nade, get it on top of Vitality. There's the boom. Not enough to connect onto Federales. Information going both ways as well. The hovercraft coming in from Romeo to close the gap. He dives out. Quick reposition from Federales.
Now we're going to see Tianba get eliminated, so they weren't able to put up anything here. Federales looking to go ahead and make a play on a Romeo. Let's see what he can do. Does he have any? Doesn't need it! Jump headshot, baby! Through the window, through the wall. That is how you get it done.
Incredible Elim on that one. But whilst Federales is celebrating, Ida's eyes light up once again. They know their job is not done. Razak takes the heat back over to Ida. Puts pressure on them. Razy incredibly low in the distance. They got to go for the pickup play on Rita. They have to tuck in now.
Man, Team Vitality, 13 points. Oh, this is tough considering that these are all points everybody else needs. So they are just making this lobby that much harder here, because that's now Nongshim Red Force eliminated. So pretty dud game for our top 5, excluding Team Vitality. Aura's still alive with 2, but they haven't done much at all. And with S2G getting 8, this is a good chance. This is a good opportunity, right, for them to just continue to chug along and do a little good game of catch-up.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a bit of a sleeper journey for them today. I mean, 8 elims. Still looking like they've got a lot more to give as well. If either go down, that's going to be them next in line to really try and take benefit from the games they're having here. Ooh.
Ouch. Man. Team Vitality just crushing dreams non-stop here. They have the craziest day ever yesterday, and now they're just looking to crush the teams, or these teams that are trying to desperately make it to the top 5. Rita, it's up to him to make it a play on Federalis. Oh, saw a little pixel, takes a little pop shot at it. And now, Federalis does get knocked by 721 GS. It just leaves, I believe, Razak up left for Team Vitality.
Only one player left from Wolves now. Bora set up in the shack. There's the nade coming over. They do get the shots onto him, and the nade misses, so they're fine to survive as a duo, with Wolves being taken out of the running. Like you said, Vitality just down to Razak. It won't get any easier. S2G bringing the heat over to 721 GS as they'll scrap each other. So far away though, Jukes. It's not an easy gap to close. They've got to get a move on.
Yeah, now this is S2G's time. Like, honestly, S2G, you did a great job. You got to the end game. Now it's time to get aggressive. Move, 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 move. You need all of these eliminations. Team Vitality is stealing all of them from you. You need all that you can get, because Godlike is out. Aura, they're...
ဒီနေ့တော့ဒီလောက်ပါပဲ